My name is Larry Borchert. I'm an adjunct professor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison and took that position after spending most of my career at Oscar Mayer in Madison, Wisconsin. Today I'm going to be talking about the category of country-cured meats. This is a unique category because the meats are in general dry cured. That is, they're made with putting a mixture of salt and nitrite and sugar on the outside. What I learned, and this is something that has been going on for quite some time, but I didn't know until today, they can also be injected, but they must be dry cured on the surface. The injection helps make it more uniform, but it also does create some problems. The top quality of the product comes from its appearance. It looks very nice and is in this market, very desirable. However, there are a couple of problems that I noticed, and I wanted to make a few words about them. One of the problems that we noticed very widely today is that there are a lot of what we call skin-on bellies. That is, bellies that still contain the natural skin of the pig. However, nobody eats that, and it has to be taken off before the product is marketed. So we don't know why in this country-cured bacon category we have so much, but it may be in the aura of the old-time procedure, but it does cause some problems in marketing. The other thing that happens is when they do try to take the skin off, they do what we call scalping. And this is because the knife skinning just goes too deep sometimes and gets into the very important red meat muscles that are usually covered by fat on the fat side of the bacon. The one problem that we always are noticing today is what we call floppy bellies, or soft bellies that really don't handle very well, both in the frying pan and in the manufacturing process. And this is due to the common practice today, because of economics, that people are feeding their pigs distillers' dried grains, the residue from making ethanol, and it serves as a source of energy for the pigs. Unfortunately, the pigs convert the oil in the distiller's grain into oil in their bacon, making soft bacon, making it very difficult. It is a market for very small meat processors. Very small meat processors may have the opportunity to work with farmers that are still feeding corn as their main energy source and can take advantage of that firmer belly, which is a nicer belly, and market it as a more traditional type of bacon. One of the other defects that we noticed is the blandness of the bellies. And this is probably due to the consumer talking to the small meat processor saying, hey, we don't like sodium or salt in our bacon. Well, bacon is preserved by salt. The traditional flavor of bacon comes from the salt, and so removing the salt makes the bacon very bland in the eyes of experienced judges. So many of the bacon bellies were downgraded because of that. So I don't want to end on a negative note, but I think it's an opportunity that the small meat processors can use to develop a more desirable product. Thank you.